It is nice to hear that we are free since the moment we are born, but I don't think it is good because even though a newborn baby is free, it shouldn't get its freedom because even though the baby get the freedom, it is not helpful for the baby because the baby who don't have knowledge knowledge of how to eat, knowledge of how to drink water, knowledge how to walk, because if a baby crawl to the edge of something, the baby can fall because the baby don't have the knowledge of height, baby don't have the knowledge of gravity, that the baby can fall and it can hurt. That is why parents try to keep the babies away from the edge. They try to restrict the freedom of baby because the baby don't have knowledge. So the knowledge is the most important thing. Every person deserves freedom, everyone. But in that, knowledge is very important because if you don't have knowledge, then your freedom doesn't mean anything. So I believe, yes, we are free since the moment we are born, but the true freedom, the freedom which is helpful for us, the freedom which will find meaning in our life, we can only get that freedom by investing in knowledge. Try to get knowledge as much as possible. And by knowledge, I don't only mean school. There are a lot of people who never go to school and become very successful in life. They got their freedom. So, knowledge means everything. First of all, language, knowledge of language. That is the first knowledge you should have. You should know how to speak so that you can understand other people, so that you can get knowledge from other people. Skill of speaking, skill of writing, then skill of walking, and before all of this, skill of eating, because if you don't know how to eat, then how can you survive? So first, skill of eating, skill of drinking water, then skill of speaking, language is very important, then skill of walking, and then skill of being a good person. Because when you get knowledge, you get feelings, and you don't want your feelings to get hurt. No human want their feelings to get hurt. So if you don't want your feelings to get hurt, don't hurt the feelings of other people. So knowledge of being a good person, then knowledge of how to follow the rules of society. Even though you are free, yes, your individuality, your freedom is very important, but there is a very important role of the society in bringing you that freedom. The civilization, the importance of civilization. Because of civilization, you are able to live so safely. Otherwise, you could be eaten by any wild animal in the forest. So, because civilization is keeping you secure, you also have some responsibility back to the society, back to the civilization. So if that society and civilization have made some rules, follow those rules. You should choose to follow your those rules. It should be your freedom whether you want to follow those rules or not. That is also on you. And then in the end, freedom of giving others freedom. After you get your own freedom, then you should try to give other people's their freedom. That is what I want to talk about today. That is your today's video, in which I talked about investing in freedom. by investing in knowledge.